Off the cuff and coffee with Liv, bringing you together, chance I get. Shout outs and tributes and what you're snacking on, Liz. Liz digging canoe, bringing you together. Liz digging Canuck, get ready for the show.
Hello and welcome to the live stream. This is Coffee with Liz. I, of course, am Liz. My coffee's not here yet. Oh my goodness. Every Sunday morning we have a casual conversation with a metal detecting YouTube personality. This is something you're interested in? Please consider subscribing. When you do, hit that notification bell. Tell YouTube you want to be advised whenever I go live or upload a video. So right on. Before we get things started, please take like a second and a half. Hit the like button on this stream. It helps the stream to rank a little bit higher. And just perhaps one of these days, we will get suggested on someone's YouTube page. How cool would that be? Yeah. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Right on. Let's see who's in the house this morning. We have 23 people assembled this morning so far. So right on. Mark Thomas in the house. Kind of looks like he has a little bed with somebody sleeping in it. Oh my goodness. Gabriel Barlow is here. Hello, Gabriel. Doodle's gone digging from Bonnie Wee, Scotland. Also in the house. Right on. Please don't take any offense with my my accent. The lovely Linda Wallace is here. As is Mr. Ginge. Hello. Andrew T says good morning from Mississauga. Good morning, Andrew. We need to dig together one day, okay? All right. Who else? Who else is in my chat this morning? Metal Detecting NYC, Meryl. In the house this morning. Thank you, Meryl. Let's go down the list. Oh my goodness. Canadian Relic Recon in my house, as is Kay's digging it. Right on. Who else? Oh my goodness. My guest, Indiana Tones, Lou, is in the house. He will be calling at about 10 after. Who else? Wow, Miley is like going to town. Wow. Dennis Farley, hello. Actually, I think it's Michael Farley that's in the house. Michael is in the house using Dennis's account. So it is Michael. Hello, Michael. And I'm glad that you got the stickers. Who else? Traveling Detector says hello. Kemp Valley Diggers, Darcy. I met up with Darcy on Friday. We went digging. Holy smokes. Like the hottest day of the year. But we did manage to get out and we dug for a couple hours. So that was really cool. Doug Money Detecting in my house. Oh my goodness. Just had a little delivery. Cheers to all of you. Wow, that is hot. Cheers to all of you. I've had some requests. Digging Canuck mugs. There's 3 different designs. They are available in the Teespring store. And there is a there's a link in the description of this live stream to the Teespring store. Oh my goodness. Lovely coffee. Whatever you are drinking. Right on. Who else is in the house? Did I say Doug Money? I think I did. Doug Money's in the house. Dig It Mart Metal Detecting UK. Also here, as is Terry Bonnet. Terry, thank you very much for joining me. I really appreciate that. Oh, wow. Wow. Charlie Riser's Treasure Hunting Emporium. My screen just flickered. Who else is in my house? I saw a few people. Steve Shepard in the house. Thank you, Steve, for joining. I appreciate that. No. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Did you watch Charlie's? Charlie had a live stream on Friday. He had kind of like a drive-in, a really cool Vincent Price movie. It was actually really cool. If he does it again and you get a chance, definitely join on in. Rhonda Tolliver, the lucky one. Rhonda, hello. Good morning from Indiana. Right on. I hope everything is fantastic in Indiana. Oh man. My screen keeps flickering. Outdoorsy gal, in the house. Chrissy, Mama's Gone Detecting, also here. Kep Valley says he can now have coffee in his Digging Canuck mug. Yes, Darcy walked away with a Digging Canuck mug, a limited edition, a t-shirt, and some stickers, and some new pins. Oh, let's see. James. Oh boy, I am really gonna butcher this. James. Let's just say James is in the house. James L is in the house. Thank you, James, for joining. I really appreciate that. No. I think I'm caught up. Metal Detecting NYC says, man. Oh my goodness. All those people, all the green people on the screen, the members, there were some, I added three new emojis that you can like let loose in the chat. So right on. And I see that Kay is already using 3 of those. All right. Cheers to everyone again. Let's see. What does 𝗏𝗧𝗏𝗧 say? What does 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗧𝗏 is like Charlie and Treasure. Oh my goodness. The next movie will be a horrible horror movie. All the better to make fun of. Right on. All right. I've asked Lou to call me on Google Hangouts at 10 after. So I will put these on so that I do not miss the phone call. All right. So on today's stream, my very special guest is Lou, Indiana Tones. As if you didn't see the thumbnail. Oh my goodness. I just want to thank Metal Pirate Girl. This was made by her. And it's my summertime hat because the back is kind of mesh. So, right on. And remember, if you saw my live stream on Thursday, if you can help out by sending Metal Pirate Mom a card, kind of cheer her up, it would really be appreciated. That if you need the address, it is on my Thursday live stream in the description. The address to Metal Pirate Mom is there, and if you could like I said, cheer her up and send a actual card would be really great. Nick Cass in the house. Right on. Traveling Detector also here. So right on. All right, so I am in the holding pattern waiting for Lou, so I'm just gonna like bop. If you have a question while Lou is on the stream, put an @Digging Canuck and it will highlight on my side and I will see it and ask Lou. So right on. All right. His professional name is Mr. Tones. Oh yeah. All right. Before Lou comes in, I just want to say there are some. Oh. Lou's here. I can't say anything. All right. Let's get Lou in the stream.
So right on.
Lou, can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me, Lou?
I can hear you now.
All right. Let me get you on the screen. There he is. Right on. All right, Lou, welcome to Coffee with Liz this morning.
Good morning. How are you?
I am really well. Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Happy Father's Day. You and your family as well.
Right on. All right, let's get you. Let me just move you a little bit. Get you nice and centered because, but That's what I do. Hang on. There you go. All right. Now, I hope everybody in the stream can hear us. There's no like echoes or anything like that. All right, Lou, for everybody, and I don't think there are too many of them out there, but for some people who may not be familiar with, oh, what is this? Oh my goodness, we got a super chat off the bat. BC Treasure Trails.
All right. Cheers. I have my coffee too.
Right on. BC Treasure Trails, thank you very much. He says hello to everyone. So hello, Lou, from BC Treasure Trails.
Good morning.
Now, Lou, there are some people on the planet, I know it's hard to believe, but who haven't heard of Indiana Tones. And Lou, just briefly, introduce yourself to those who have not met you yet.
Okay, good morning. My channel is Indiana Tones. My name's 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗢𝗪 from Staten Island, New York City. I mainly treasure hunt in New York City, but willing to branch out to anywhere, especially in New Jersey, but I want to go everywhere. Right on.
Now, Lou, on previous Coffee with Liz's, the two previous guests, Jonathan and Ed, when I went looking back into their YouTube history, they were like pioneers. And oh my gosh, Lou, you're a pioneer too. You had your very first video, which wasn't metal detecting, but still in 2010. That's like 10 years ago.
Yeah, I should have probably made a new name, a new channel. I was fooling around with my camera back then, and if I saw something interesting, I just rolled the camera.
Yeah, that's like, I don't think I really knew about YouTube like back then. You were already posting videos. That's pretty cool. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Now, your first metal detecting video was in 2018. Do you remember that one? You posted a video going out with your, I think it was the MX Sport, and your batteries died?
Oh, yeah. I do remember that, unfortunately.
Unfortunately.
Don't forget your batteries or to charge your batteries.
Right on. So going back to like that, what got you started into metal detecting? Because it's not a hobby that most people get into.
That's right. It's like one of the coolest hobbies that no one knows about. Maybe that's a good thing, because we don't want the whole world doing it, especially not in my area. I'm kidding. My dad kept telling me he was in a club, and I was like, when I thought of metal detecting, I only thought of going to the beach. I didn't realize all this other stuff you could do. Mm-hmm. So I took a beach vacation with my family, and he had a spare entry-level detector, and he lent it to me, and I wound up finding a bunch of coins, designer sunglasses, and I did it after the family was like resting, and I got hooked from there.
Wow. So your dad got into it before you did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Way before me.
I'm sorry?
Way before me.
Wow, really? What kind of detector do you remember, like those big clunky detectors maybe, or did he have one of the newer detectors?
He didn't have like the really, really old ones, but he had, a pretty decent one. But not one of those clunkers like you see people that are in the clubs that have been doing it for 30 years. They have this giant box.
Yes, exactly. I seriously don't know how people can detect with those. I really, really don't.
Yeah. I guess you do whatever's available. You wouldn't know any better.
This is true. Now, when you first started, when your dad introduced you to metal detecting, you were familiar already with YouTube. Did you watch anyone's particular YouTube videos or?
Yes, I definitely watched your channel. I'm going to be honest. I don't really see videos from him anymore. I used to watch 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗪𝗥𝗟𝗏. What really got me excited, he would pull out these Roman coins, and I would be like,
yeah. Was that Harry? The guy that was like Harry, bodybuilder? Yeah.
That was a long time ago. I haven't really seen any videos from him lately, and maybe I should do a search. But I used to be like, wow, I want to go to Europe. And I'm over here picking up these brand new zinc coins that don't even last a year in the sand.
Yeah. Yeah, but you still managed to keep doing it, even though you were picking up zinkins.
That's right. Well, it's fun when you do find the unique or unique, old, expensive stuff. It's definitely an adrenaline rush.
Yes, it is. I just want to say, Rob digging with Florida Thunder digging with Rob is in the house.
Hey, Rob.
James L6T6 is in the house. Adventure Archaeology also in the house. Domus29 from France. Bienvenue, Domus. Wow, we got a lot of peeps in the house. Right on, right on. Now, you first started out with the MX Sport?
Well, no, I have this. It's from, I think, Texas. I don't want to say the wrong company. Texas Industry or Instruments, whatever it is. It's a Titan. It came from Calico.
Ah, okay.
My father just gave it to me, and I wound up keeping it. But I wound up stepping on it, cracking the shaft. I replaced it. The battery is like taped together, so it's on my wall in the garage. That's my first one.
Was that was your first?
Yep, that was my first.
What was the coolest thing you found with that?
Ooh. I would say designer glasses. That was it. And I wasn't really getting what I wanted. I was getting a lot of cans on the beach. It's not as good as the better detectors out there. I was just digging everything.
Exactly. And usually at the beach, that's what you got to do. You just dig it all.
Right.
Kay's Digging It wants to know, where in the world did you get your channel name, Indiana Tones?
Oh, I had a light bulb moment in my head. I was like, I love Indiana Jones. And my machine makes tones, so I was like, and I automatically texted my friends. I'm like, "What do you think of this?" They're like, "Yeah, it's awesome."
Oh my! What was it called before Indiana Tones?
The Lou D 711. This is my anniversary, 7-Eleven. So.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay. That's a good way to remember it.
Yeah. Free Slurpee Day too.
Oh my goodness! What detector do you currently use?
My main detector now is the Minelab Equinox 600.
Ah, okay.
I do miss the MX Sport though because of the depth I would get in the woods. I think I might bring that back when I'm going in the woods. It just goes so deep, but it's not good on the beach.
Really? So interesting. I always thought that the 600 was like super duper deep.
Yeah. I don't know what it is. I found like a thimble. I don't know if it was 18 inches to 2 feet down. And I just couldn't believe it. And it was tiny.
Really?
It seems to work very well in the woods.
Wow. Your friend Jonathan, the Detecting Zone, has joined us.
Hey, Jonathan.
As has Lincoln Central Coins, also in the house. Right on, right on. Happy Father's Day to all the new people that have joined us. So you seem... Well, you're not a Garrett person, or maybe have you ever tried a Garrett?
No, I actually wanted to. When I started out, I wanted to get a Garrett because I saw all these great channels that were using it. All the big top YouTubers.
Yeah.
So I actually went to a store in New Jersey and was asking questions about the Max and the AT Pro, and then I won the MX Sports, so I just stayed with that for a while.
Ah, okay.
I was going to pull that trigger, though.
Do you have any thoughts at all on the recent, well, it hasn't come out yet, but on the Apex? Did you see their launch?
Thoughts? Yes, I did see it. My thoughts are, there's a lot of negative and positive things I'm reading, but if I was saying to myself, if I own that company, you don't want the price to be too low. It's going to kill the lower end models, and you don't want it to go too high because it'll get rid of the AT Pro and the Max. So I don't know. It's new technology. I definitely want to try it.
Mm-hmm. Now,
I want to try every machine.
You want to try every machine? Did you get the Equinox because someone had it?
Well, all my friends have it, and I'm very skeptical of buying anything electronic unless I look at all the reviews and I actually have to see it. And my biggest issue with my whites on this one particular model, there's other whites that are good.
Yeah.
Was that it would overload as soon as you went into the wet part of the ocean, unless you put the sensitivity very low.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And then you would get nothing. So I would go out all the time with these guys on the beach.
Yeah.
They'd be right behind me, and I would skip over a target, and they would get it, and I'm like, I just have to get it. This or another beach hunter or something.
Yeah. I find that when you're detecting with someone with the same detector that you can you can talk about settings and stuff like that, or you know, if somebody finds something really cool, you could like swing over it and see how your detector is.
Yeah.
I kind of find that, you know, it's nice to have somebody digging with you that has the same detector.
Definitely, and we're always asking, what was that target ID? So we
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the most of the New York City crew has Equinoxes?
I would say so, yes.
Oh, right on.
Yep.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Right on.
Definitely.
I think your most recent video was you posted about the White's metal detecting company, I guess going out of business or what, ceasing production or whatever they called it. I guess, what do you think about that?
My first thought is the workers, you know, it's besides the fact that I was very high unemployment because of what's going on, it's just a tragedy to see any type of brand and workers losing their jobs. I had no idea they were struggling like that, but you know, that might have influenced what I bought if I knew that. But you know, there's a lot of reasons.
Yeah. It came as a total shock to me because I remember they were at Pound the Ground in, I think it was last October. Like they were up on the stage and they were like talking about their company and, you know, all this, you know, all that stuff that they do to get you to buy their, you know, made in America and all that stuff. But yeah, that was it seems to me like it came out of nowhere that they were closing.
Yeah, I'm sure it has something to do with, I wouldn't know, it's something to do with what's going on right now. It seems like a lot of places that I never thought would go out of business are going out because of the economy. Some people don't have jobs and not buying stuff.
Crazy times. Matt Gone Digging is in the house. Thank you, Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Right on. So let's move away from metal detecting for a little bit. But you're a foodie, are you not?
Oh yeah. Pretty much my life revolves around food. That's right.
Right on. Who because you've posted lots of videos and you can see, have you created a secondary channel for your food stuff? Or you're thinking about that?
I did make a second channel. I don't know if it was the right choice. Somebody suggested that I should do that. And I took their advice. They said, maybe people at Treasure Hunt don't want to see you cooking food. I was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't have. I named it What Do You Want to Eat? Because that's the biggest argument me and my wife have at night. What to eat. I'll be like, do you want to eat this? And she'll be like, what do you think? And it's just an ongoing argument for a half hour that I'm sure everybody has.
Right on. So who taught you to cook, Lou?
Well, my grandmother and my mother and my grandfather, they owned a longshoreman restaurant a long time ago in downtown Brooklyn near the waterfront where all the longshoremen worked.
Oh.
And they would make one meal a day. And they would make just enough to keep the shop open, but not to make any money off of. And it was cheap. Like, it would be like calamari for the whole day or big, giant bowl of macaroni for like whatever it was, 50 cents. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And my mother worked there her whole childhood. My grandmother wound up raising me when I was a kid while my mom worked. And every day she cooked a home-cooked meal, and I was there to watch and learn.
Right on. What would you say is your signature dish? Because you've cooked so many things on your channel. It's just every time I watch one of those videos, I'm like, holy smokes. What's your signature dish?
Oof, that's a tough one.
Bet you didn't think we were going to talk about food today, did you?
No. I did win a contest for my stuffing, and I think that everybody that eats that is overwhelmed with excitement. So I would say that's my signature dish.
Like
and
a turkey?
Basic, but it's really good.
Like a turkey stuffing?
It's a sausage cornbread stuffing. It has sage and onions. It's really good.
Oh my goodness.
Really good.
Wow.
Gotta try it.
Oh my goodness. So if the people out there have never clicked on one of Lou's food videos because it was food and not metal detecting, I gotta say they are kidding themselves. Totally kidding themselves.
Well, enjoy, guys. The whole purpose of that channel is to spread something that I don't want to just delete out of history once I'm gone, and some for my kids to use as a reference when they get older.
Exactly. I'm a firm believer that you should never actually delete a YouTube video. You should like just keep them on there for when you're no longer here. Totally. So Lou, let's go back to metal detecting. Would you consider yourself a relic hunter or a coin hunter, or what kind of hunter are you?
Ooh. I keep thinking about that question. It's so hard to answer. I love digging in the parks, I would say, the most. Because they're historical. I get a little bit of everything. But in New York City, I guess you could say that about everywhere.
So would you rather dig a coin or something, some like a pocket watch or something that you can like do some history on or some research on?
My favorite thing to find is something old and personal that somebody had.
Oh, right on. Yes, right on. That's, yeah.
I do love to find the old coins. I still want to find like an old braided or something like a coin like that. Great bust. But if I find something that somebody had and it makes you wonder about who had it, I like that better.
Someone in the chat asked what your favorite modern coin is to find. You don't usually get asked that. Favorite modern coin.
What's modern after what year?
Yeah, well, I'll let you decide. I'll let you decide that.
I think the coolest looking one, I wish it was silver, is the V-nickel. I really love that one.
Yes, okay.
And I only found a few of them, maybe one or two. Yeah, I got one here. Look, it's just cool looking.
Yeah, the V is nice, and then very nice.
I do like the Indian head cent too, but I think I like the V-nickel better.
Do you find many Indian head cents in New York?
Oh, they're all over the place in the parks. Yep.
Oh, really?
Yes. That one challenge, 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗪𝗧, and we went to Prospect Park. I think he found 13 Indian heads in one day.
Holy smokes! There's people that'll never find 13 Indian heads in their whole like detecting career.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. And I think they consistently ring up as 16, 17, 18 in certain parks over here.
Really? See, yeah, 17 to me is usually a pull tab.
Yeah. That's why it's weird. If you go somewhere else, you basically have to dig everything depending on the soil and the composition of the metal that it turns into.
Yes, exactly.
And so you get consistency.
Yes. Now, most people, and like me included, think that when you think of New York City, you think like concrete jungle. And the only park that I ever really knew was Central Park. But there's a lot of other places to detect in New York City.
Yes. I'm actually in the borough, dubbed the borough of parks, because there's so many of them.
Really?
But yeah, that's the crown jewel Central Park that every treasure hunter wants to go to. It's impossible.
It's impossible.
Yes, they have a certain, I don't know the term, maybe committee or that basically, very powerful, backed with money. So it's kind of hard to do that.
Michael Maresca, Michael Swan, and Crazy Spider Adventures in the house.
Hello.
My
Happy
goodness.
Father's Day.
Metal Detecting Brooklyn just joined as well.
Morning.
Right on. Terry Burnett says, "I find wheaties in Canada." Yeah, we find wheats. Well, I was going to say all the time, but we do find our fair share of wheats. Now, Lou, have you ever? I think I saw one video for magnet fishing, or sorry, not magnet fishing, bottle digging on your channel. Do you apart from metal detecting? Do you dabble in the other side, like spin-offs from metal detecting?
Yes, I actually want to do everything. My end game goal is to scuba dive. I already talked to instructors, but the bottle digging is fun. I have such limited time right now that it's kind of hard. Like you get that one day off and you have people calling, you want to go metal detecting? Yeah. So I have to make a split decision, but I want to branch out to everything that involves treasure hunting.
Because did you find anything cool on? I think it was just one video I saw about you bottle digging. But what's the coolest thing you found? Do you collect bottles? Do you think you might?
I actually have a ton here. And this is the coolest one I got at Dead Horse Bay. This blue, whatever that is.
Oh, I think there's something in it. I think something just made a noise. Oh boy! I hope you didn't lose like a coin.
It's a foreign coin. It's okay.
Okay.
It's some kind of blue medicine bottle. It's pretty cool.
You found that at Dead Horse Bay?
I did. In the wall.
Oh, the wall.
I don't think you're supposed to touch that, but
no, I think there's cooties in there.
Oh, I make sure I wash and sanitize everything. I wear gloves. And anybody that branches out there, I highly recommend that you wear thick gloves and high boots.
Oh, my goodness. What is the attraction, Lou, to Dead Horse Bay?
The unknown. The unknown and unique items that you'd probably never get anywhere else.
Really? What's the coolest thing that you got there?
Ooh, nothing crazy because I only been there a handful of times. I would say war nickels and that bottle. That's about it.
Wow.
I did find a lot of cool little trinkets and relics. Yep.
Right on. James says, Lou, what would you say is the best good find catchphrase in the metal detecting community?
Catchphrase. Oh, Merrill's, it's a _$2.
Say that again. Say that again.
It's a _$2.
Oh my goodness, that's funny. Oh.
I just do like a cheer, like whoop whoop.
When you first started out, I take it you were detecting by yourself.
Yes, and at first, you know, people would tell me you should really go with somebody in case you get hurt or if somebody tries to like take something from you. Mm-hmm. And I was like, it's not a big deal. And then I do prefer being with other people now. When
would you say, or who was the first member of the NYC posse that you met?
Ooh, that's a good question. It might have been Merrill. I don't know the first day. I remember going to Prospect Park and meeting everybody. And then I finally met Merrill at Coney Island.
Did you just stumble into Merrill on Coney Island?
No. So what we do is on Facebook, we all have this New York City metal detecting group chat, and we're always like posting finds to each other. And then, hey, guess what? We're doing this Saturday. You guys want to come? And then that's how we all get together. Ah,
okay. What?
Might be like 12 people in there now.
How many people?
It might be 12. I think somewhere around there, maybe 10.
Wow. Yeah. Wow, I didn't think there were that many people in New York City that metal detected. Like I said, when I think of that, it's just like concrete jungle to me. You don't think of people doing other things.
Right. And just like when I think of going to France, I think of the Eiffel Tower, but I understand how people get that.
Yes. What would you say is the most productive spot that you've detected in? Would it be a park or the beach, or like where you were just like overwhelmed with good finds?
Ooh. I would say it was Prospect Park, but that changed because so many people are detecting there now.
Serious? Like, yeah. What's a busy day at Prospect Park? When you go there, what's a busy day? What would you say?
Well, on the permit, that park is you're only allowed to do it on Saturday and Sunday. And you're getting the people from YouTube. Most of the people I meet there aren't from New York City. They're either from Jersey or Long Island.
Really?
It's not 5 boroughs. So I'm like, all right. And a lot of them aren't really fans of YouTube videos because they're like, hey, this is my spot. Meanwhile, it's a New York City park and it's everybody. Okay.
Is there some animosity between people that are from the outside?
A few. But, what are you gonna do? It's life.
Because I sensed a little bit in your tone.
I just like positivity, and when I'm doing my hobbies, I try to keep it as positive as possible. I don't need any of that negative energy around me.
Right on. Let's continue with the positivity. In April of last year, you posted a video called the Treasure Hunting Twins. Do your twins enjoy detecting?
One of them does. The other one just likes to look at the stuff. Yeah, one of them wants to come with me all the time. but then it'll be like a hot day, and she prefer to go in the pool for now, or
Yeah.
something like that. Yeah.
So perhaps in the cooler weather.
Yep.
Right on.
They love going to the beach. I would say they're beach detectors.
Oh, right on. That's fair. That's fair. Are you going to introduce your son to metal detecting?
Oh, 100%. Yep. Yep. I'm going to indoctrinate him.
Oh, right on. I guess he's still kind of young to swing a detector.
Yes, he's only one.
Yeah. They do. I've seen. Have you seen those like plastic sort of metal detectors? Actually, I think that one of the metal detecting companies just released a kid's metal detector that I think that they sent the little dirt digger one for her to try out, but it's meant for really, really young kids.
I didn't see that. I'm going to check that out.
Yeah, you might want to check that out. Like I said, it's on Little Dirt Diggers. I really can't remember who the company is, but it's kind of like really, really small and kind of like kids quality plasticized kind of thing. It's very it's very colorful though, so I think it will be really really cool for kids. So yeah, you might want to, because I would hate to start a kid with with an expensive detector. Like, so you modify the shaft and stuff, but still, and then it gets like all whacked around and stuff like that.
Of course. That's a great idea.
Yeah, I'm like I said, I'm not really sure whose it is. I think we've had a few people join us. We've had, who did we have here in the chat? Adventures in Dirt, DK is in the chat. My goodness, thank you, DK. Wonderful.
Okay.
Corey the Treasure Hunter also here. Right on, right on. Oh, there it is. Mark Thomas says that it is called the Nokta Mini Hoard. Nokta Mini Hoard.
I want to find a mini hoard.
Yeah. It might might be something. You never know. I have no idea what the price point is, but I would think that it wouldn't be crazy.
Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, a lot of these clubs that I'm in, they'll have like hunts and collaborations with companies.
Yeah. And
there's opportunities to win. Like I said, I won that detector. They have one with kids where they could win bikes and detectors. I'm sure that'll be one of them eventually.
Right on. Now, I'm glad you brought that up, but you are a huge proponent of getting into a metal detecting club.
I am. I have no skin in the game, or I don't run any of them, but a lot of my friends do it. It's only once a month, and a lot of them are cheap. If it's $15 or $20 a year, and you could win an $800 detector, why not, right? It gives you a couple hours just to be sociable with people that like the same hobby as you, make friends.
Yes.
You won't necessarily get to find out where they go unless they want to tell you. But
big, you made a huge point there. You actually did.
People sometimes are under the assumption that they have to tell you, but they don't. But if they do, it's a bonus.
I just want to say, Under California, thank you so much for the super chat. He says that he didn't get a chance to dig in New York because they had to leave due to COVID. But perhaps when COVID is like a thing of the past, you will get a chance to dig in New York City and maybe meet up with some of the posse.
Definitely.
Right on.
Awesome.
Now, going back to clubs, is it just one club you belong to, or you belong to two, or tell us about the club that you belong to. Give him a little free press.
Okay. The first one is my local one, Staten Island History Hunters Metal Detecting Club. It doesn't have a lot of members right now. It used to have over 100.
Wow.
We're trying to ramp that up. Get a lot of people retired, moved, unfortunately passed away. So I'm trying to get more people, younger people, excited to get into it because it's just a fun thing to do around here. But Staten Island, it's hard to get the message out. Got to figure out a way to get the word out. And,
yes.
And I'm part of two big ones in New Jersey. Deep Search Metal Detecting Club. That's a great one. Edison, New Jersey. And then ECRDA, East Coast Research and Discovery. That, I think, is one of the biggest ones on the East Coast. And that is my favorite club. It's so massive. They have awesome giveaways every month, even a gold coin. It's just an awesome club.
Now, do the clubs that you belong to, do they have organized hunts like every month or something like that?
Not every month.
Together?
Not every month. There's a few a year. They also have a booth at the Mineral and Gem Show in New Jersey, which is huge. And they're smart. What they do is they put out a huge display of all the finds. They have a little patch for kids to find a coin, and they give them candy or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And they put a chart up. Anybody that wants their property detected, put your name, address, and number, and they get a lot of permissions that way.
Really? I guess so.
Yes. And really good ones.
Right on.
It's a great idea.
Great idea. Now, the experience that I had with my local metal detecting club was that, and please, nobody take offense, there were a lot of older people. Like I'm not a spring chicken, and I was the youngest one there. It's tough not only to get younger people into the hobby, but like to go for an hour on like a Tuesday night or something. It's really difficult.
It's true. That's true.
And there's no way these clubs are going to continue existing if we don't bring new people into the hobby.
I totally agree with that. And I think that's why the social media and YouTube is very important to get people excited about it.
Yes. Yes. Oh, sorry. I was reading something. Remember, if you have a question for Lou, I can't be the only one that asks questions, you know. You have to come up with some questions too. At Digging Canuck in the chat with your question, and I will definitely ask Lou. Adventures in Dirt DK says, hey, what are you saying, Liz? I guess serious. Oh my goodness. Weird guy in the park is in the chat. Right on.
Yeah. And there's a point I'm reading in the chat. It's very hard right now. Everybody's doing the Google Hangouts for the meetings. We're not really meeting up.
Yeah.
Right now for the clubs.
That's true. And that doesn't help the clubs either.
Correct. And Staten Island, not a lot of people know there was over 35,000 British troops on Staten Island. There's huge amounts of history starting with the, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, the Lenape Indian tribe. Then the Dutch settled here, British, and there's just so much history and forts and mills. There's so many places to do out here.
Now you're totally allowed to detect on those parks, but you need a permit.
Correct. You just fill out a simple form. No, they don't ask too many questions with your a copy of your driver's license, and you get the permit. You keep it in your wallet. But I only been questioned once because I was not on a baseball field, but close to one. So I was like, all right, I'll just go to another area. But
oh, really?
No one bothers me.
Yeah, no kidding. It's amazing that you have all that history in Staten Island, and is there nothing off like because I know Central Park because oh my goodness oh my gosh Jonathan told me that you cannot detect in Central Park, but by and large the historic locations in Staten Island are fair game. Is that right?
Well, I would say the woods are near them because they're part of a park, but not near the houses. But there is one house, the conference house, which Benjamin Franklin, John Adams was at when they were talking about the Declaration of Independence. They were there. You could do in the area, just not near the house.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
That's actually that's incredible. Wow.
So what happened was one person was in a park in New York, supposedly, and wised off to somebody that was questioning it. So they took almost all of the parks off the permit. That's when a task force was created where they would lobby and help out parks to try to get it back on the permit, and they successfully did that.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow.
When we get people into the club, we want to tell them, please, if you find trash, recycle it, throw it out, fill your hole, and you have to put it back the way it was, because we do not want to lose these permissions that people worked very hard for. Not me, but the older gentlemen in my club.
Yes. Hey, I just want to say we have metal detectors, Malaysia metal detectoring. Do you believe that? Malaysia's watching you, Lou. Did you ever think that would happen?
Nope. International.
Right on. Hey, Canadian Relic Recon, big fat super chat. He says, hit the like button. Thank you, Canadian Relic Recon. Right
Awesome.
on, right on. Frederick Romano says, have you found any 1700s coins?
Yes. My first day out with the White's MX Sport, I found a King George coin that was pretty much toasted, which was a big shocker, and it was only 2 inches down. I don't get it. And then 2 weeks ago, I found another 1700s coin I'm in the process of cleaning.
Get out.
Yeah. So 2.
Wow. Did you ever think you'd like 1700? Well, you have history there, so probably.
Yes, but you know what? These gentlemen that go to these areas have done it so much that it's hard, you don't think you're going to find it, but you find it.
Wow, 1700s.
These parks are massive, so
wow.
I do find bullets everywhere.
Yeah.
As you know, there's very strict gun laws in New York, and these are old bullets, though. You find lead musket balls. Oh, Costco, they have like those cheese ball containers. They're like this big.
Yes.
Supposedly, one of the older guys in my club filled that up with musket balls.
Oh, that would be so cool. I love finding musket balls. I never tire.
Wow.
Wow, a cheese ball container full of musket balls. That's actually pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty cool. So what is your, have you ever found, well, you say you found a lot of bullets. What about, did 3-ringers make it up to New York? I mean, I don't know.
I haven't found one. I'm sure somebody has, but I found pistol balls, and mostly pistol balls and shotgun shells. Some of them say Canuck on them.
Yeah. Hey, you know what, Lou? I can't say this. Well, I love it, the fact that there is a shotgun shell that is named a Canuck, because every time somebody finds one, I hope they think of me.
I did.
Right on.
So funny.
Remember, at Digging Canuck to get your questions for Lou. I would really, really appreciate some questions.
You set them up, I'll knock them down.
That's right. I don't know if I asked you this already. I think I did. I asked you about your first time you met Merrill.
Yes, I
right?
did. It was at Coney Island. I remember he said, "It's finally nice to meet you, Mr. Tones," or something like that.
Mr. Tones. He is so proper, is he not?
Yeah, and that was a great hunt. I think it was the day after 4th of July, where there's tens of thousands of people there. And I was finding jewelry and coins everywhere. It was crazy.
Right on. What about Adele? Do you remember meeting her the first time?
I do. I met her at Dead Horse Bay. Hello, Willie. Yes, she reminds me of somebody I know.
Did she? Because Meryl said if she badmouths you, she likes you. Did she badmouth you?
Possibly. I think she said, "You got to go over here. You're doing it all wrong." But yeah, she's a lit. When you think of a treasure hunter, if you had to define treasure hunter, she should be up there.
Oh, right on.
So passionate about it.
Right on. Adventures in Dirt says, do you have any other hobbies?
Oof. I do. I used to be really big into cars, building them, racing them, but I'm not into that anymore. I'm into photography. I have nice cameras. I like to read. I do want to get into scuba so bad. People are trying to talk me out of it that the visibility is only 3 to 4 feet in New York, but I don't care.
Did you see that episode of Seinfeld when Kramer goes swimming in the East River and he started... Is that where you're going to go scuba diving in the East River?
I think I might, yeah.
You might find Jimmy Hoffa in there.
You might.
Oh, my goodness.
I know there's great stuff, especially at the marinas where the docks are. There's great stuff there. Yep.
Right on. I hope you do get certified, and I hope you find some really, really cool stuff.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness, I have something in my throat. I'm gonna just mute my mic. So Lou, can you talk to the people for a sec?
Sure.
All right, please do.
Okay, let me just clear this off my screen. All right, so I have a tip that I found out. You're not going to find everything on the internet, on Google, about the history where you live. Sometimes, well, especially in New York, I was on my job going to the bathroom. I found a library. Go in there, and they have a little section of town history, and they have all these books of people that used to live there. And historic stuff that's not, like I said, not on the internet. And it was signed by the people. Some of the books are 200 years old. They were never made digital. So there's stuff in there that I found out that you cannot find on the internet. So if you're doing some history, and you know what, I haven't brought the books back because of this COVID thing. I got to do that. But you could definitely find some history going to your library that you're not going to find on Google.
How do you look at old maps to find which parks you should be in?
Yes, actually, I used historic aerials. I really want to know if there's a good app out there that I could also find. That's a good one. Some younger gentleman that joined our Google Hangouts for my club said he found maps of old bus routes that no longer existed, went to those bus routes, and found silver coins, $50. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, wow, that's a great idea.
And you're like, I'm going to put a GPS tracker on this guy.
Yeah, right? And if you're in New York City and you're joining us, I want to just, because I work for the major utility company in New York City. And my channel has nothing to do with my company whatsoever. I just want to get that out there. Okay. There is cable underground it's called direct buried. Has no conduit. You can have 13,000 volts, and there's no telling how deep it is. That's why they have call before you dig. So all the utilities come out and mark it out. So be very careful with your metal shovels digging curb strips in New York, because God forbid you hit a power line or something.
Yeah, that's
very concerning.
Wow. My goodness. What's the best thing you ever dug? Ever.
Ooh.
Ever. Probably that 1700 thing, I would think.
I would say the 1700s. Oh, there's so many. Well, I did find my first gold earring the other day.
You know what? The Detecting Zone asked us to talk about your first gold find. Can you talk about it?
Yes, you know what? It's upstairs somewhere. I wish I brought it downstairs. I'm sorry. It was a 14-karat basketball hoop with a basketball about that big.
Really?
So I'm swinging. Excuse me. I'm swinging. I hear boop, low tone. I think it was a 7 or an 8. And I'm looking, and it was so bright out. You could see the gold glisten on the floor. It was half in the mud.
Really?
And I was like, wow, I got to turn my camera on.
Was this at Dead Horse?
No, this was Clove Lake Park in Staten Island. It was another park. Must have just
Copperheads just subscribed. Right on.
Awesome.
Thank you, Copperheads, Mike. I really appreciate that. So you said it was a 7. What did you say it was on your detector?
I think it was a 7 or an 8.
Man.
Yep, solid. But
really?
It was like half in the mud and half out. And the sun, and I kind of saw it from a little bit further away because you saw like this little twinkle from the sun.
Really?
That's one good thing about a sunny day.
Now, if you were in a park, be honest. Be honest, Lou. I'm gonna ask you. If you were in a park and like you didn't have the sun glistening on anything, okay? So you're just like swinging in a park. And if your detector hits 7 and 8, would you dig that?
If it's consistent, solid, yes.
Consistent,
100%.
solid.
I almost dig almost every signal. And
consistent.
And it's consistently disappointment, but when I get it, I get it.
Really? You know what? Maybe that's why I'm not finding that kind of stuff.
That's my first gold find in 3 years of detecting, of however long I've been doing it.
Really?
Yes. I knew I was going to find gold with that Equinox because I wasn't finding it with my other machine. I mean, it just picks up so much low tones. So good for that.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, Dogstar Blazer just super chatted. Thank you. What is that? A little kitty saying bravo. Thank you for that. Right on. So, what? Oh, I'm sorry. I started talking and I'm like forgetting about what you were saying. I was going to go back to what you were saying. You were saying that you dig it all.
Yep.
You dig it all, and it was a 7 and an 8.
Mostly. Yes.
So that was. Sorry. Go ahead. No, you go ahead.
There is a gazillion low tones. I don't dig all of those because I wouldn't be able to leave an area. There's so much aluminum everywhere.
Yeah. But
when I'm getting the boop 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 boop, I'm doing it.
Huh.
The lower tones I'm less inclined to do. Like if it's a 1 and it's iffy,
Yeah. Interesting.
You know when it's like solid, and it's usually a pull tab.
Yeah. Yeah.
11 full tab.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't ignore 10 and 11, the higher, lower numbers, No way.
James says, Lou, wasn't there a story about you quitting halfway through the hole and it turned out to be a great target? He said, can you discuss?
Yes. So my friend James right there and Merrill met up on an overnight hunt at a park, right? And I get these back spasms every now and then, and I'm just finding clad all night. I'm like, all right, 25. I'm like, James, do me a favor, just do this. I'm not doing it. And it was a silver dime.
You gave him a silver dime?
Yeah.
Really? You gave up? Why did you give up on it? Was it like super deep? Were you digging into China?
I was just, I don't know. I was just, I don't know, fed up that night, I guess.
Wow. What I was going to ask you, what was it hitting on? What was the VDI?
25, 26.
Wow. Could have been a penny. See, for me, that could have been a penny.
Right. That's why I was like, you do it.
Interesting. So did he keep it? Did he keep
or
did he give it back?
He gives it to you. So yeah, of course he can.
Oh my goodness! Right on. Detecting Zone says aluminum is everywhere. Yes, it is everywhere. My goodness, really is everywhere. Let's see.
So there's another thing. What I noticed at parks. I went to a couple tot lots because I see a lot of videos about that in Staten Island on the internet.
Yeah.
When you look at these old trees and you see that the dirt is very high and you don't see the roots exposed, it's most likely that they put down rocks and filler and new sod. So those, in my experience, those parks are very hard to find old stuff. You could find modern clad and jewelry, but it's not fun. And I should have did a video because I saw a whole field that was ripped up recently and they put a membrane down and rocks and now they're going to fill it with sod. So anything
really? Yeah.
It's a done deal.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. We have this one park in my city that's totally off limits because there were troop movements there. But yeah, just like you said, the roots are totally exposed. These are like 150, 200-year-old trees. The roots are like totally exposed, just like in, is it Lord of the Rings when they go into the Fangorn forest and you see all those big roots? That's exactly what it looks like.
Yep.
And you can't dig there because it's off limits.
And a part of me says, well, I don't know if that's the way the roots grow. Let me check it. And then sure enough, there's all new stuff in there. I'm like, oh man, I just wasted this time. Let me go somewhere else where there's trash.
Oh yeah. Is there something that you have not dug and that you're like, oh my goodness, I wish I could dig this? What is something that like your white whale you want to dig?
White whale. Oh. I would like to find a big, thick wrapper gold chain. But I do. My friend Jonathan, he found that cap bus coin. That's like what did Merrill call it? A sea creature that comes to the surface once in a while. I saw that. I was like, wow. Because there was like a few hunts where other people were getting silver and he wasn't getting it, and then out of nowhere, bam, he hit big.
Right.
And that's what happens sometimes, and that's just so exciting. I love the jewelry finds. Once that comes up in the scoop after doing so much trash, it's just awesome. It's like hitting the lotto.
Right on. Is there some place like on the entire planet, something that of interest to you that you'd like love to dig at or love to dig in? Doesn't matter where it is on the planet.
I think there's a couple of places. I really want to go to Woodstock and do where the bands played.
Really?
And then ironically, when I was thinking of that, somebody mentioned that to me. It might have been that guy Mike in the chat. I'm not sure. Ironically, a video popped up on my channel. It's like every time I talk about or think about something, it pops up on my feed. I don't know. That's just very weird how that happens. An archaeologist went out there and they're like, look, we found some modern treasure. And it was a pull tab.
You're kidding.
Yeah. I got to share that video. It's pretty funny.
Wow.
But I'm sure there's old cool coins in, maybe some memorabilia from that day.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, what are you expecting to find in
I don't know. Hopefully no syringes.
some roach clips, maybe.
I don't know. They're
Oh my goodness.
definitely where my family's from in Italy. I would like to do, and
Oh,
I love
yeah.
that movie 300. I want to do where they had that battle. If that, you know,
Oh my gosh, could you imagine?
I want to find a spear there. That would be so awesome.
Oh, well, that would be like, yeah, I can't even begin to think what I would. I'd probably fall down on the ground if I even saw that. But yeah, spear, holy smokes. There's probably lots of nice relics and coins in that little Italian village.
Definitely.
Oh, for sure.
And where my family's from, I think the population is like a dozen people. There's no one there. People just, it looks like just rich people go there to visit it on a vacation.
Well, yeah, my goodness. Have you ever been? You ever been to Italy?
No, I haven't. I've been to England and France, but not Italy, unfortunately. That's one day.
Right on. You know, I asked these questions, these two questions I asked to everybody. Sorry, I like food, so I'm going to ask you.
Oh boy.
What, do you have a favorite flavor of potato chips?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Chips, huh? It's a toss-up. I think barbecue. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. It's so hard.
When was the last time you had some chips?
I don't remember. I had Tostitos recently. That was about it.
Really?
I like the brand Dirty Chips. That's a good brand.
Oh, okay. Never heard of those. All right, must be local.
I think so.
Right.
They got to keep some of the skin on, and the sour cream and onion is really good.
Oh my goodness! Right on around. Outdoorsy gal. Oh, Chrissy says, have you ever been creeped out on a hunt?
Yes. And I think I posted a video of it. I get to a place. It looked like a femur bone was on the floor. First, it was a bag, like a duffel bag. I kicked the bag. It looked like there was a femur bone and a bunch of other bones. So I'm freaking out. I put them all together. I shouldn't have touched them. I call the cops. I'm not going to sit there for hours. So I just left and I took a photo of it and I told them where to go.
Yeah.
They went there and they didn't know. So they sent the photos over to their precinct and they said it looked like animal. So
really?
That was a relief.
They were in a cage, in a duffel bag. Animal bones in a duffel bag. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Have you ever, I asked Jonathan this, have you ever gone to a park? Because there's really some seedy areas of New York City. I know. But have you ever gone to a park and you were kind of like, ooh, better get the heck out of here real fast? Because maybe somebody was going to like mug you or take your detector or something?
Well, I'm actually, I guess I'm a strange fella. I actually like going to places that no one goes to because I think I'm going to find something because everybody else is scared. I really don't get scared going anywhere. I grew up hanging out in probably the worst neighborhoods in New York City. I threw out garbage on a private sanitation truck in them. I try to get along with everybody. So I'm not worried. I don't care.
So
even though I might make my wife nervous, I don't care.
So you've never had a situation where, like, you know.
I've gotten robbed in my own area, and I live in a decent area. So I guess it's all timing.
I guess.
When I was younger. Yeah.
All right. Gonna ask you another snack food question because that's what I do. What about chocolate bars? You got a favorite chocolate bar?
I love Kit Kat bars.
Oh,
Also,
so do I. Oh my gosh.
My daughter calls them chocolate fries.
Oh my! Do you bite it or do you like break off the pieces? That's important.
I 100% break them off.
Okay, all right, good. Because some people actually bite it, and I'm like, what the heck?
You did ask me what my favorite find was.
Yes. Is it there?
Yeah. So it's nothing exciting. I'm gonna blow you away. I do have silver old coins and a lot of jewelry. Between these two, I found that Marines ring. I really love that because it's just cool.
That's massive.
Yeah. This is my all-time favorite find. I was at, I think, a 1600s or 1700s house. Found it right near the house in New Jersey. This awesome buckle. It's heavy.
Oh,
I can't even find this on the internet. I think it's 1600s.
Wow.
It's just so beautiful. and there was probably like 25 of us on this house. And
Wow.
this was my all-time favorite. And it also reminds me of being with my dad. That's probably why. Because I got to do it with him. He doesn't get to Metal Detecting because his knees are shot from ironworking. He used to build skyscrapers. It's just a good memory.
Right on. It's that's what it's all about. It's about memories.
Yep.
Do you clean? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would definitely recommend, if people are going to get into this, hobby full throttle, to. I haven't done it, and if I wanted to give advice, I would say try, if you're getting coins or something that you're gonna get more of, maybe you should like put it in a plastic thing and put the date and where you found it. If you're going to a lot of places, just so you remember where it was from.
Like, you mean like the coin flip?
Either coin flip or something with a tag. It's just so you remember where you got it from, because everybody says they're gonna like organize anything, but even with this hard. COVID being in the house, I still haven't organized everything.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So you catalog your finds.
I'm gonna start doing that. Yes, definitely.
I'm gonna start doing that.
Eventually.
We'll check in with you again next year, Lou, and see.
I pretty much know what everything I have is, but there's some coins I'm like, where did I get that? I can't remember.
Yeah. And you know what? And that is what.
You like that?
That's yeah. I bet your daughter's like that.
It's a pin. Yeah, I got this at Prospect Park. Isn't that cool?
All right.
And I like unique finds. This was a pin or brooch. The pin's gone. These are just cool things. Prospect Park. I got this 2 days ago. Another one, unfortunately. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go back on the pier on Coney Island and throw it off. I think this might have been. This is the second one I found. I think this might have came off of ashes or something.
Can you tilt it down a little bit? Sorry, tilt
like
it. Yeah, there. Yeah.
It says Greenwood Cemetery, Historic Cemetery. It might have been off somebody's ashes. That's the second one I found. I think they might have dumped the ashes in the ocean and it washed up. So I'm going to go all the way out on the pier and just fling it out there again.
Really?
I don't. People collect those, but I don't feel right keeping that.
Wow. That's kind of interesting. I'm sorry, Lou. I'm going to say that's kind of interesting.
No, there's people that collect these things.
Wow. Now,
it looks fresh. It looks like
it looks minty. It looks minty.
That looked fresh.
Yeah, it does look fresh. Oh my goodness. You probably were, when you found that, were you like, where did you find that? It washed up?
I found that in the wet part of the sand on Coney Island Beach.
So it's like quite possible you were traipsing along anything that was included with that little tag. Do you get my drift?
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I know. So Lou, do you are you like with that buckle that you found, that 1600s buckle, are you do you clean your relics? Do you research how to clean relics, or do you just give it a go, maybe like ruined a few relics? Talk to us about that.
Yes, copper coins. I find that some people use the olive oil on copper coins and they have success. I have not. What's his name? I can't think of his name. He has a great video on how to clean a copper coin. Who's the what's his channel?
Who?
I can't think of his name right now. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
A lot of people soak their coins in olive oil. I found if it has some detail, I saw a video where they just rub a little on it. They clean it with a toothpick and they just rub it on to make it stand out. Because once you soak it, there's no turning back. You can't go back.
Exactly.
So I did ruin a couple of coins, unfortunately. I'm sure everybody has.
I think we all do. Yeah, I think we all do.
I haven't done the electrolysis yet. I do want to test that out soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of see, I always thought with electrolysis you needed like a big gargantua bin and all this stuff, but some people do it like really, really small, like even in like a mug, and they just put one little coin in the mug attached to like and they use like a cell phone charger for their electricity. So it doesn't have to be like a gargantuan thing.
Right, you can use little gator clips, they call. You could probably get them at Home Depot.
Exactly. Yeah, it doesn't have to be a huge production.
Meryl wrote Aquachigger. That's who made a good video of cleaning the coins. He did a good demonstration. I'm going to try that.
Yeah, there's two schools of thought on cleaning. Some people like leave it alone, just brush it. Other people are like,
Well, some of them that are, are really toasted, it's not worth anything. If you're not, you got to do what you got to do to try to get something off. But if you're seeing a lot of detail, you want to be careful, I would say.
Yeah. All right. Lou, we are getting towards the end of the show. You currently have 1.77 thousand subscribers. Did you ever, a long time ago, when like Lou D 711, did you ever think that that your channel would grow to what it is today?
Not this much, no. No, definitely not. I hope I get to 2,000. I want to give away some of this stuff that I have. So
right on. Excellent. I hope you get there soon.
Thank you.
So what's next for like Lou? What's next for the channel? Where do you want to see the channel go? Where do you want to like see? What's next? Like, what do you see in the future?
I see definitely getting a drone for videoing videos.
Mm-hmm.
To show where I am. I mean, for the areas where it's okay to tell you where I am.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
I do want to get into the scuba. That's long term. I have some good ideas for some funny videos that I think will be
right on.
I'm all about good times and laughing. So
yes, right on. Do you need a permit or a license in New York for a drone?
I'm not 100% sure. I know they all have to be registered, and there are certain areas you're not allowed to use them in.
Huh.
They're all registered though.
You have to register your drone.
Right, and I think there's some kind of code on it that could be tracked. I'm not. All my coworkers have them. I'm like the only one that doesn't. But I want to strictly use that for the channel. Right
on. So, are you on social media? Where can people keep up with your antics?
You could find me on Instagram, Indiana Tones New York City Metal Detectorist. Then I also have a Facebook page, Indiana Tones. You could also Louis DeFeo, DEFEO. You could friend request me on Facebook if you like, and Louis DeFeo on Twitter.
Right on. Sorry, just reading some of the comments. James said, "Do you need a pilot's license in New York City?" I know that in where I live, in Canada, we need a pilot's license. We have to take an exam. And like you have to know about weather and clouds and all. Like it's pretty much a pilot in order to operate a drone legally.
I could pretty much 100% sure that you don't need that in New York.
Wow. Right on. Yeah. Right on. Good to know. Yeah, pilot. I've watched some videos of this like questions that are on the exam. Absolutely insane. Like insane. And like just to fly a drone, to take some video of you metal detecting. It's absolutely. I have a drone. I've had a drone for 2 years. It's still in the box that I purchased it in. Yeah, it's still in the box, but yeah, there you go. So Lou, Father's Day, what are your plans with the in the DeFeo house?
Okay, so normally I go to the supermarket ShopRite where they have filet mignon on sale, but they didn't have it, so I hit the local Costco, bought hot dogs, hamburgers. My wife's making macaroni salad, and I'm manning that barbecue all day. With some ice cold beers and maybe, I don't know, something my mother-in-law makes. But it's going to be a good day.
Oh, right. Is it hot there? Because it's super, super hot here.
Woo! Right. I'm wearing a hoodie. I'm in my basement right now because it's cold because of my air conditioner. But, yeah, it is hot out.
Right on. Hot. Right on. Hey, when's the last time you went metal detecting?
2 days ago at Coney Island.
Oh, right on. When are you going again?
Good question. I may go. I may go after work. Sometimes I work. I'm half at home right now because of COVID and half in the field by myself.
Yeah.
So I'm all over the island as an inspector/liaison, and if I'm in that area, I try to do a park or something right after work. So I might do that this week.
So you're lucky. You get to see these parks and like, hey, I could go detecting there.
Yes, and it is tempting. There's some parks that are very historical where you're not allowed to detect. I'm like, I really want to do it. $500 ticket, whatever it is.
Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so definitely, Lou, it has been an absolute pleasure talking food. And food is very dear to my heart. So right on, right on. And I appreciate your food videos. I just wish I lived closer so that you could cook for me one day.
I definitely would. And I guarantee we'll detect together one day. You're not that far away. Are you near Niagara Falls?
Yes, I'm like 45 minutes from Niagara Falls.
Okay. I drove to Florida and back a few times, so I can make it up there.
Oh my goodness, right on. Thank you all so much for joining me again, Lou. Absolute pleasure. There will be no Coffee with Liz next week because 𝗥𝗔𝗗𝗓𝗪 is at home and she is writing an exam online on Sunday, so the house has to be very, very quiet. So no Coffee with Liz next week, but I will see you the following week for Coffee with Liz. Please remember to like this stream before you exit the building. I would really, really appreciate that. And to all the people who chose to super chat, I really, really appreciate that. Check out Indiana Tones when you get a chance and help Lou hit the 2,000 milestone. It is an amazing milestone. He's almost there. Just needs a few more. Right on. Let's do it. Let's get Lou to 2,000. He's going to give away some stuff that he dug. So right on, right on.
And silver.
Yes, right on, right on. That is going to be it for today. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. Enjoy your cookouts, your pampering, whatever it is that that happens to you. Again, thank you all for joining. Lou, my goodness, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. All right, have a good day, everyone, and I'll see you all on Tuesday with the video. Right on. Get your official Diggy Connect merchandise at Teespring. Mugs, t-shirts, hoodies, and more. Remember that every purchase you make helps to support the channel. Check out the link in the description down below.